நலாஸ் நாட்டு சர்க்கரை நலமுடன் வாழ நலாஸ் இந்தியாவிலேயே நாட்டு சர்க்கரைக்கு ISI முத்திரை மற்றும் அக்மார்க் அங்கீகாரம் பெற்ற ஒரே நிறுவனம். தொடர்புக்கு 9047045000.
Students, teachers and parents based on their recommendation or based on what are the inputs that have been given by them. We have framed this SEP. This SEP we didn't borrow any template from any other state or any other countries. This is our own. So what are the things like it is needed for our state? We have framed it as a SEP, and moreover in SEP like we have stated some of the futuristic programs like Thiran, TN Spark, which mostly talks about artificial intelligence and robotics and knowing the online tools of the education. And I will tell like in this SEP the integration of Kalvi TV and Manarkeni app, because already we are having a Manarkeni app which is having thousands of videos are there, like which covers all the first standard to 12th standard subjects with 2D dimensions, with voiceovers and everything. So in this SCP, we are planning to integrate, like our Honorable Chief Minister was telling, each and every house will be considered as a classroom. So for that we are doing so lot of things like we have brought into this SCP, and already we are following some of the thing, and it has been mentioned in the SCP, and without any disturbance we will be following that.
So what is the difference between SCP and NEP that makes the SCP better than NEP?
Say SCP, as I told, like today's function is one of the proof like we are having the what are the output of our SCP. So if you consider between NEP and SCP, we'll talk about because they are more particularly they want to implement the 3-language policy. Like we are not ready to implement. Like Honorable Chief Minister was telling, like here in our state, like we will be following only 2-language policy. And apart from that, in NEP they are talking about the public examination for 358, and if the students they are not going to pass in that 358, and we'll give one more month time for them. Even though they are not going to pass, they need to, the detention will be there. Let them study the 3rd standard or 5th standard. So that we are not going to follow here, because as we all know, like based on the RT Act, like 1st standard to 8th standard is all pass. Even though it is all pass, without any compromise in the quality of the education, now our each and every HMs of the schools, they started focusing on the learning outcome, because previously we used to focus only on the learning objectives, but right now we have started talking about LO, and each and every HM started talking about the code of the LO. For example, if it is a Tamil, they are talking about LO 207, what LO 207 is talking about, and if it is English, they are talking about 508, 81. So everybody is familiar on the learning outcome. So in like Madam was asking, like these are the difference between the NEP and the SCP.
Sir, how are we going to ensure that the detention policy, there is no compromise on the quality? So you said
yeah, as I said, like the very first time we did a state level achievement survey. It's not just a small sample, it's almost, we have done this slash survey in all the schools. Almost the sample size is 9,80,340 students, 3rd standard, 5th standard and the 8th standards. So based on the output, because this is the very first time, even most of the HMs, they are very surprised, sir. Our students used to do good in mathematics, sir, but I don't know how the slash report is telling like they are not good in the mathematics. So I said it is not just memorization is not going to help them, because let them understand the concept. If they are going to memorize and going to give the result of the school, in the competitive exam they are going to face the difficulty. So better let them accept the concept. For that only we are having a Manarkeni app kind of thing. We are having a computer based assessment which we are doing from the headquarters. So this is a very eye opener for them, and slowly, and as I said, we are also going to introduce the Thiran schemes. So these are things. So immediately, like within 1 year or 2 years, definitely these kind of schemes will give a good result. பொதுவாக இப்போ அந்த 11th ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஒரு ப்ரெஷர் யாருக்கு வந்துடக்கூடாது. அந்த பாடத்தை வந்து முழுமையாக நடத்திட வேண்டும் என்று நாங்கள் ஆசைப்பட்டோம். நாங்கள் அந்த பாடத்தை நடத்துறதுக்கான அந்த வேலைகள் இப்போது நடந்துச்சு. அதை ஸ்கிப் பண்ணிவிட்டு யாரும் போயிடக்கூடாது அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு எண்ணம் வந்து இந்த காரணத்தினால கண்டிப்பாக அது நம்ம பிள்ளைங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் 10th and 12th மோர் ப்ரெஷர் குழந்தைகள் இருக்கக்கூடாதுங்கிறதுக்காக அதை எடுத்துக்கிறோம். இந்த இதுலேருந்து வந்துடும் இந்த இதுல
What's the stand on common entrance test?
DMK was also against the triple language policy. They also stick with and they supported you.
See, I will ask you. Suppose if the ADMK government is going to be in the power, do you think like are they going to talk about the 3-language or 2-language policy? They will give a red carpet to the union government and they will see what other thing like you want to just do. So we don't want to compromise on the ideological side. So our honorable chief minister is very keen on that one because you know the sentiment of our state in terms of the language. So we are very keen on following only 2-language policy. So definitely the whole public knows about that. There is nothing. There is no use in having ADMK government. That's just what they are believing.
Suppose the court willing to release the fund of the union government on
We are fighting, we are asking our rights. As we all know, this RT Act is a recommendation from the Supreme Court, and based on the Supreme Court recommendation only, RT Act has been passed in the Parliament. This is a previous history, everybody knows. But since I don't know, they are playing a political thing in the education, but that is the very sad part like on them. And we told them, because they are very particular on the 3-language policy, and I said, sir, following the 3-language policy, almost in the Karnataka government, 90,000 students have been attended in the public examination last year. And if a student is going to get 100 out of 100 in mathematics and 98 in science and 97 in English or 96 in Tamil, and if they are going to fail in Hindi as a third language, if they are going to fail in Sanskrit as a third language, the whole the result comes as a fail for that student. So it is going to affect the student's future. And everybody knows that one. Even when I spoke to our honorable union minister also, he said, Mahesh, I know even I am also from a non-Hindi state. I am also from Oriya. Even we know we won't encourage Hindi in our state. But why can't you learn? So this is the only thing, and maybe that was the direction from his boss, it seems.